I'm Edmund de Waal. I'm an artist. I use clay and other materials, and I also write books. So what I'm bringing to the British Museum is a library of exile. When you come into room 2, what you'll see is a large building covered in porcelain slip. It's a white apparition of a building with words written all the way around it. A great history of the lost libraries of the world written into the walls of this building. And you'll go in, and it's a working library. It's a library full, stuffed full of books from all the way around the world. And all these books, which you are able to reach down and read and discover, each of the books in this library are written by someone who's been forced into exile, someone who's because of who they were, because of their religion, because of their race, because of their political beliefs, because of their gender, has been forced to leave the country that they believed was their home and moved across a border. So it's a history of exile. But more than that, it's a celebration of an extraordinary world of people who've had to move, migrate across borders. And when you pick a book off the shelf, you'll see that there's an ex libris label. Just inside the book, it says Ex Libris, Library of Exile. And you're encouraged, if there's a book that matters to you, a book that really talks to you, matters to you in terms of place, language, history, you're encouraged to write your name in it. It becomes your book. And some of the books in the library have 50, 60, 70 names in it from all around the world. So please write your name in this book. So the reason it's here in the British Museum is twofold. The first is that when you walk round the outside of this library, what you have written into the walls is this extraordinary deep history of the destroyed libraries of the world, this appalling millennia after millennia history of the destruction of Alexandria all the way through to the dreadful 20th century, the destruction of the university libraries of Europe, the destruction of the room we're in now, all the way through into the 21st century and the terrible repeated burnings of libraries from Sarajevo all the way through, of course, to Timbuktu and Mosul. So there you have this cultural history of loss, or history of cultural loss, written into this library. And of course, that's what the British Museum profoundly talks to, is what's kept, what's preserved, and what's lost. This is a place which records what's been preserved, what's been held out of the ruins and the destruction of repeated destructions of the world through people endlessly trying to erase histories, stories and memories and people. And the British Museum holds these stories and records these losses. So it's a good place to talk about loss. Why now? It's always a good time to make a library. Why now? Because it's a deeply, deeply powerful moment when we need to talk about people moving and the stories they bring, and to celebrate the fact that language is migratory, it's diasporic, it moves across countries all the time, and we are profoundly enriched. We've always been enriched by that. So one of the things that matters to me enormously about this whole project is that the library doesn't stop here. From the British Museum, it goes to Mosul, where it's going to be part of the new library there, the library that was destroyed by ISIS 3 years ago. So this library is on its travels. It's going elsewhere, and extraordinarily, that's what books and objects do. They're in transit. They move from one place to another. So when you've written your name in a book in this library, you know that next year this book will be in a library in Mosul. You know, it will have traveled and keeps on traveling. And that matters. It's absolutely who we are and how we connect with people in the world. We take something, we're given something, and we pass it back. And that's the meaning of why this library is here.